Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm WoWCrendor and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by this pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 is a bunch of people lined up waiting to get into this castle, and it looks like there's this demon bodyguard, and I was like, well, what's inside here? Why is everybody lining up to get in? There's got to be something crazy inside there, right? So, of course, I had to go line up myself because you gotta wait in line, you can't just cut. And then everybody ran away and the demons started chasing me down. We'll never know what's in there, but it made it into number 10 because maybe there is something cool in there. And then I got this shot of a spider on the cliffside overlooking the scenery down below, so I just threw that in so I could talk a little more. And that's number 10. Number 9. Number 9 is Stacka, and I don't know what he's stacking, but he's a giant, I guess. A giant, and he's staring at this gargoyle blood statue, which is also really weird. And I was just like, all right, well, I gotta record this because the crystal's like glitching around. He puts it up to his face. It's just a weird thing to see when you're walking around looking for stuff to record. And then you run into another one, Big Stabby, or Big Shiny. Sorry, Big Shiny sounds like he could be a friend of the Grummels. Big Stabby, Blizzard, you gotta add in Big Stabby. He's gotta be like their third cousin or something, but where was I going with this? I don't know. That's number 9. Number 8. Number 8 are all these mist rivers. They're kind of like fog river, mist rivers. I don't know, but I think they're taking the place of the water, at least in this zone. But it honestly looks pretty cool. It's like foggy all over, and you can see through it, so it's not like water where you have to like dive under to see what's underneath. There's some really cool areas with it as well. And, oh god, does that mean there's not going to be fishing? I just had that realization. I don't know if I'm happy anymore. There's also this torch you can click, and it's like it prevents you from taking damage in the fog or something. I don't think it's in the game yet, but I don't know. Now I'm just sad. Unless we have ghost fishing. I hope we have ghost fishing. 7. Number 7 is this demon waterfall. Hey, maybe there is water after all. Look at that. There's just fresh, bright blue water coming right out of that demon's head. Surely I'm not hyping this bit up because it's not really water, it's just fake spirit water that falls into nothing. Oh look, it is. Sorry, I just thought that would be funny because we just talked about water and fishing, and then here's some mushrooms I found. They look really weird, they're like creamsicle mushrooms, I don't know. So I wanted to throw these in as well, this seemed like a good time. That's number 7. Number 6! Number 6 is this really cool crypt area. It kind of reminds me of Diablo, not gonna lie. It's got like a bunch of the fires all over in the dimly lit area. There's like is that a coffin? Whatever. It's also got, look at that, it's like one of the guys from the intro from the original World of Warcraft, the gate, right? I think it's guy from the gate. Either way, you like look around this area, there's like some more crypt stuff. There's actually a bunch of these all over. But I picked this one in particular because it was the closest one. I don't know. There's like broken tables, and even the outside of it looks cool. And I made sure to film the outside. And then right up here, this clip is us going inside of the crypt. So you can see there's like the light shining in through the red windows, which looks really neat. And then you go down here, and there's another one of those guys, except he doesn't have a sword. He just kind of has the cloaked arms or whatever. But really neat. So that's number 6. Number 5. Number 5 is this vampire mistress queen's chamber, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Throne room. There's no throne though, but there's this cool gargoyle bat thing up in the ceiling with the like glass windows, stained glass, and she's just standing here overlooking the room. It reminded me of like Game of Thrones or something, like legit. There's like the beams of light shining down on her, and yeah, that was like my first thought was Game of Thrones, but then it's like there's all these people just standing there looking back at her, and nobody's moving. It's kind of creepy, and not even from like an aesthetic sense, just a weird like, nobody's moving, doing anything. Like you would think at least one of them's gonna go get her a cup of coffee or something. I don't know. Place still looks cool though, so that's number 5. Number 4. Number 4 is Stonehead. Unlike the giants we saw earlier, Stonehead actually has a purpose. He guards the gates to the forest or something like that. Listen, I don't have, like, the details. You've come to the wrong video if you're looking for details. But he guards a forest. And the best part about it is when you run up the stone head, he grabs you and he just throws you away. He's literally the bodyguard of the forest. It's amazing. I love it. And that's why Stonehead is so high up here at number 4. Number 3. Number 3 is this area that kind of reminds me of the Howling Fjord. It's just very aesthetically pleasing. It's kind of gloomy. It's almost winter-like, right? It almost looks like there's snow on the trees, but I don't think there's snow on the trees. And I don't know. It gave me some Howling Fjord nostalgia. And it's even got the elevator, right? The old like Northrend elevators with the chains pulling up everything. I don't know. If this wasn't, you know, giving me Howling Fjord nostalgia, it would probably be like a 8 or 9 on the list. But then you run into 2 guys building a fake stone bear. At least I think they're building it, but I'm not sure. I like to imagine they are. They're building this fake stone bear to scare off the garlic vampire enemies. I'm going to stop there. That's number 3. Number 2. Number 2 is almost good enough to be number 1. I love these guys, and you're going to see why. So, in my adventures around Revendreth, I don't know what you call it. I'm probably never going to pronounce it right. I stumbled across these NPCs with some of the greatest names Blizzard's ever come up with. So, first we have Forgy. Forgy, you guessed it, is a blacksmith. And he works at the forge. He's got smoke coming off of him, although it lags a little bit right now. Maybe they'll polish that up. But great guy. He just wants to, you know, forge and be forged. I don't know what I'm saying. Then we have Mats. He's a scavenged goods and repairs guy because, you guessed it, he has mats. Then we have Catrixa, the cat, which, you guessed it, is a cat. Yes. Then there's Sharpie. And can you guess what Sharpie does? I'd hope so, because it's literally right under his name. The Sharpener. Sharpie the Sharpener. I mean, it's almost like Blizzard hired me to try and make these names, because they have the amount of creativity that I think I put into everything. And then we have Slab Chop, Chugs, Chews, and Stews, which I think Slab Chop is a play off the Slap Chop from years ago, where the guy's like, it's Vince from Slap Chop. So I think that's what it is. Either way, these are some of the best names I've seen in World of Warcraft. A+, that's number 2. Number 1. And number 1 goes to this area in the northwestern part of Revendreth that actually blew my mind. So you walk out here and you're like, whoa, that's some weird looking stuff. And then you see it. Oh my god. This may have been one of the best, like, aesthetic shots I've ever seen in World of Warcraft. Just walking out and seeing these, like, light beams and the bats or birds or whatever they are flying around. It actually blew my mind. I was like, am I in World of Warcraft right now? It looked so good. And then, of course, you run into the ash-eating ghoul. The ash... What's it say? Crazed ash ghoul. I thought it said crazed-ass ghoul. That's one crazed-ass ghoul. And then there's some crazed-ass ghouls running around on fire. I don't know if they're meant to be on fire or if they're just, like, being tortured by the gods or something. I don't know. But they're running around on fire. And then, here's another shot that I saw with the light beams and the aesthetic of it. There's, like, that castle in the background. Like, oh my god, this zone, it's so beautiful. There's other parts of the zone, obviously, that are beautiful, but I don't know. This zone almost reminded me of a mix of WoW and that Diablo desert zone. That's the type of vibe I was getting from it. I don't remember what that was called, but here's another shot. Like, wow, look at that. That looks so good. And then I ran into this weird-looking mushroom. I don't know what this thing. It's like a rock mushroom. It looks like some abstract art. And it's just off the edge of the map, growing out of the abyss. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. But again, it looks pretty neat. That almost has like the floating island vibes of Outland, you know what I mean? And then as I was about to leave, I saw this monastery cathedral graveyard thing off in the distance. It looked like one of those things out of the horror movies, right? It's like off there and you're like, whoa, dude, there's got to be some cool stuff there, right? Like maybe Blizzard's got some you know, special surprises waiting over there. Well, they sure did have some special surprises, because when I got there, I was attacked by 100 different mobs, and I died. So that was the end of my Revendreth adventure. That's number 1. Purpose gone, head hurts. That's my new quote of the year. Purpose gone, head hurts. Thanks, random ghoul that killed me. And thank you for listening to another episode of Pointless Top 10. Make sure to hit subscribe, like, comment, the bell, all that YouTube lingo. If you want to check out more Pointless Top 10s, I'll put a link to that playlist up there, as well as some other videos you could check out. And I'll be making more Pointless Top 10s on all the different Shadowlands zones. This was just the first one, so we're going to be doing the others as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya.